Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. So this morning, I woke up and I heard this sound, this gang, 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 like a mechanical pounding sound. And it sounded like it was on my border a fair ways away. And as it turned out, once I got in the woods and got reoriented to the sound, because obviously I went to check it out, I ended up walking about a half a mile to a different border, and then there across a field that was probably a quarter and a half, so what, 3/8 of a mile across, there's a big barn over there that I knew was there, and the sound is coming from there. And so really, this sound was almost a mile away coming, and just how the air is today, I can hear it. But what I noticed is the woods are starting to thin out. My pokeberries are all dying off, and excuse me, it makes me want to get out here and play. I really love it. Fall, once the chiggers and ticks go away, I love it out here. I like just cross-country hiking, stuff like that. I use a big stick and such like. All right, very quickly, let's talk about what's coming to Florida. You're watching the news just like I am, but what amazes me is the story after story after story that we hear about how these stores are out of water and people are lined up around the block for water. What's wrong with you people? Just go fill up containers at your house from the tap and the hose, Get some contractor grade trash bags, fill up your trash cans and put the lid on. If they don't have water, then buy like the buckets from Lowe's and Home Depot and fill them with water. People, man, I said recently that, everyone's getting soft. They're getting soft. What, you can't drink water if it doesn't come out of a plastic bottle? Are you kidding me? So there's that. The only reason I do have some bottles of plastic water, I actually have several cases, and that's because I always buy them when I have students here, and I put them in a cooler full of ice, and then the students can help themselves. And then I end up sticking it where I stick them, and I always forget or just think, it'll be a good idea to buy more, and I always buy more, so I've got like the leftovers, But that's not our water. We have tubs of water, and whenever it rains, we stick everything out to fill up with water. So there's that. I remember we lived overseas as a kid, and we used to get some typhoons, and I lived in the States, and we went through a hurricane that came through Southern Virginia back in the 70s. And I remember standard operating procedure was fill all the bathtubs with water, fill every pot in the house with water. It used to be kind of a game we would play, and then we would have water. No big deal. So people can do that. I don't get it. And if you're in Florida, you ought to leave. You ought to be ready to leave. I'd probably leave about 2.5 days early. So 2.5 days out, if that thing still looks like it's coming, still looks like it's going to be a whopper, I'd move out. Reason being, the north-south roads are going to get clogged in Florida. So move out. I think after it's gone through Florida, once it hits Georgia or South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, I think it'll just be a big rainstorm. What do I know? I'm not a weatherman, but hey, you don't need to be a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. All right, I'll see you out there.